The WWE Universe is still trying to process what unfolded on Smackdown, a night that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. The atmosphere was tense, the energy thick enough to cut with a knife, and when the dust finally settled, fans were left in stunned silence. Bron Breakker and Bronson, two men who've been riding high on arrogance and raw aggression, thought they could take over the yard, make a statement, and humiliate the bloodline in front of millions. They believed they could stand toe-to-toe with the tribal legacy, attack Roman Reigns, and mock the Usos without facing any consequences. But what they didn't realize is that every action has a reaction, and Jacob Fatu was that reaction. Payback wasn't promised. It was guaranteed. The seeds for this moment were planted weeks ago when Breakker and Reed launched their brutal assaults on Reigns and the Usos. These weren't just physical attacks. They were acts of defiance, challenges thrown at the throne of dominance that Roman Reigns built brick by brick. The WWE Universe watched in disbelief as Breakker and Reed bulldozed through opponents, laughing at the chaos they caused, declaring that the new generation was here to rule. For a while, it looked like no one could stop them. But in WWE, there's always a reckoning. And that reckoning came in the form of Jacob Fatu. When Fatu's entrance music hit, the entire atmosphere shifted. The lights dimmed, the crowd erupted, and you could feel something primal in the air. This wasn't a return. It was a warning. The Samoan enforcer emerged from the shadows with that signature cold stare, focused, merciless, and ready to deliver retribution. He didn't walk to the ring to be cheered. He came to make a statement, one written in pain and sealed in dominance. The confrontation began with pure chaos. Breakker and Reed, still confident, tried to strike first, but Fatu met them head-on, absorbing every blow like it was nothing. Each punch he threw was precise and punishing, each movement calculated and destructive. The Usos stood back, watching their enforcer unleash hell. The first major impact came when Fatu charged at Breakker with a shoulder tackle that shook the ring like thunder. The crowd lost its mind as Breakker hit the mat hard, stunned and gasping. Reed tried to intervene, but Fatu countered with frightening ease, slamming him to the ground like he was tossing a rag doll. Every attempt at offense from Breakker and Reed was shut down instantly. Fatu wasn't wrestling. He was dismantling. And the terrifying part? He wasn't even out of breath. Then came the moment that defined the night. Jacob Fatu hoisted Bron Breakker onto his shoulders, spun him around with terrifying speed, and delivered a Samoan drop so violent that the ring itself seemed to tremble. The crowd exploded. The commentators were speechless. For a few seconds, the arena was just the sound of disbelief. This wasn't competition, it was domination. But Fatu wasn't done. Bronson Reed, staggering to his feet, swung with a desperate clothesline. It was his last gasp of hope. But Fatu caught him midair, slammed him down, and finished with a bone-crushing splash that pinned him to the mat. The referee didn't even count. It was over before it began. The arena erupted in chants of Fatu, Fatu, Fatu. But he stood there like a statue, emotionless, dominant, unstoppable. This wasn't about glory or celebration. It was about sending a message. And that message was crystal clear. No one disrespects the bloodline and walks away standing. Backstage, chaos erupted. Officials rushed to the ring to check on Breakker and Reed. The commentary team replayed the footage over and over, trying to comprehend the sheer destruction. Fans flooded social media, split between awe and outrage. Some called Fatu a monster. Others called him a savior. But everyone agreed, this was one of the most powerful statements WWE has seen in years. As Breakker and Reed were carried backstage,